Hey everybody, welcome back again. We are now working on card 4 from my Wildflower Celebrations 2-Sheet Wonder Fun Fold Card Workshop. This card workshop gives you 10 fun fold cards, 2 each of 5 designs, out of 2 sheets of the Wildflower Celebrations DSP. The remaining sheets are going to be part of my Wildflower Celebrations scrapbooking workshop, which I will be working on in the coming days, and hopefully that will be out for display very soon. So this is card number 4, which is a nice little pocket front card, which is good for maybe putting a gift card in or a treat in or something like that. And this one is pretty simple to do. So we're going to start with, we have our base layer is just basically a piece of blueberry bushel that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then our pocket layer, just move my pieces out, is a piece of, oops, want to make sure I've got the right size. It's basically 4 by 10 1/4 inch cardstock. So we're going to score this at 5 1/4 and 9 1/4. So make sure you have your cutting blade out of the way. So I'm going to score this at 5 1/4 by 9 1/4. And that's all the scoring. I picked these particular fun folds because there's not a lot of scoring and not a lot of complicated scoring to do with these. So what I'm going to do is score at my 5 1/4 score line. Just burnish it with my bone folder. And then I'm going to pull this down in the front. To basically make my pocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to decorate the pocket before we adhere it to the card base. So I'm going to first start with my DSP. And that is going to go on this front panel. And then a small piece, oops, DSP here. Excuse me, my nails aren't cooperating, that we're going to adhere on the front here. Now, I'm not going to be adhering the pocket together along these sides. What I'm going to do is I'm wrapping around some ribbon and a piece of DSP to basically keep the pocket closed. But before I do that, what I want to recommend you do is put together your insert. So this is just a piece of white, and I stamped some sentiments on, and I'm adhering that on a piece of Pool Party. Because the main thing you're going to want to make sure is that this slides in and out easy. So you're going to want to make sure it's not too tight when you put the... So first I'm going to do the DSP, but I'm going to definitely make sure I put some adhesive across the whole back of it. And try not to get the adhesive all over my work area. So not holding this super tight because, again, I want to be able to pull this in and out. I am going to put my DSP around the front. And then I'm going to gently wrap this around the back. And before I go on to the next piece with the ribbon, I want to make sure that my insert slides in and out. Got a little bit of adhesive residue from my fingers. Yeah, that slides in and out nicely, so I can just put that to the side. So what I then did is I'm just going to take a piece of the Daffodil Delight ribbon, and I'm going to bring it around the front. Just add a little bit of color, but also to kind of help for the pocket. And I'm going to just tie a nice bow. I did good on the last one, so hopefully I can do good on this one. There we go. Yeah, let's trim that looks nice. Trim my edges. And now I'm going to take and adhere my pocket to my base layer. like that. And I've got my insert already put together. Slide that in. And then I'm going to now add some embellished pieces. My sentiment that I stamped, I'm going to dovetail both ends of it. And I am going to add a couple dimensionals on the back of this, just to raise it up from the card front a little bit. And oops. The stamp set I used is the Cake Celebrations Stampin' Die Cut Bundle. Oops. Come on. Things don't want to come off today. My fingers are getting a little sticky today. Oops. Had my nails done for Valentine's Day, so I've got my Valentine's nails. I've got my sentiment, and then my stamp cake. And I mentioned this in another video. The cake in this stamp set has a full like cake stand. I wanted it to be more of a platter, so I used a sticky note when I inked up the platter to cover the bottom and what I didn't want to stamp, and then just removed it when I stamped it down. So I've got some dimensionals on the back of this. Come on. It's always tough sometimes peeling off the backing. One more. And I've already pre-added my stamped flowers and leaves to this. And then I'm just going to add my cake there. And to finish off this card, I'm going to use some of the party dots to embellish it. There we go. One more. There we go. And this is card 4 from my workshop. And there's my 2 cards that I made for card 4. Thank you, and I look forward to you enjoying the other videos.